Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning or good evening, wherever you might be. This is a edition of Iowa Pagan News on the Prairie Land Radio Network. And I'm joined once again by my co-host, Christy Mann
Guys,
of Metaphysical Times, and then also our special guest, Virginia Ackley, who was the 2020 IPMA winner. So, welcome to the show. Thank you for taking time out to join us. It's going to give us a chance to get caught up a little bit.
Yep, absolutely. It's been a while.
Yeah, I think the last time you and I talked, welcome to the show. That was back in 2019, actually. Give us a chance to get caught up a little bit.
Okay, we're absolutely. It's been a while.
Yeah. Okay, we got
feeding
echo
back
somewhere.
a little bit, I think.
There we go.
I think I can. Let me. Do I need to turn? No, then I can't hear you. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. That should be fine.
Okay, good.
All right, cool. Yeah, like I said, I think the last time you and I had a chance to talk was back in 2019, and
Yep,
that was
before COVID.
Right, before COVID, and I believe it was right after you had a couple of children's books hit one of the major libraries, if I remember right.
Yep. It was rowing my boat. No, it was We Folk Stomp. That's what it was. I did a CD for kids called We Folk Stomp, and wrote a little book that went along with it. And to my big surprise, I kept getting reorders from CD Baby. 5 here, 10 there, then 30 there, 40 there. And I tracked them all down, and it was this Ohio Public Libraries that were buying up the CDs and books and putting them in the library. Still think that's just one of the most marvelous things ever.
Excellent.
It's a sensational feeling to know that people can find you in a public space, isn't it?
It is truly, yes, absolutely.
Do you know how you got there? I know there are a lot of writers out there that are like, I want to get.
I have no idea. I really have no idea at all. It's the orders just started coming in, so somebody liked what they heard, and that's where we got.
That's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, let's see. Seems how it's been a couple years since we last talked. I know that you've been working with your new group Enchantica, and that you've got a CD that just gets sent over to CD Baby.
Yep, it's a new CD, music CD, and it's got a songbook that goes with it. This time I did it so that there are the chords and the lyrics that go with the book, and that's a result of so many people asking me for the chords so that they could play along with it. And the way this got started, Earl, was really, I think it was very spirit driven, very muse driven. One of those things that comes out of left field and sort of smacks you in the head. Enchantica started as an idea. It was inspired by the group at PSG that has something called Enchant Camp, and it was such a marvelous thing for me to encounter. It was the year that they had the devastating flood, and there was a tent, and it was Enchant Camp, and they just had people floating in, floating out, who were chanting and singing and bringing, just providing such a safe place and protection and strength. And it was a marvelous thing to encounter. So fast forward some years, and we have a little shop up here in Lakewood, Ohio called the New Moon. And it was a fairly new shop at the time. And I talked to the owner, And I asked her if we could somehow sorry, husband was asking me if I needed a drink. Probably will. But I asked her if we could somehow start forming a music community within this little solitary pagan mixed up wonderful circle community that she was building. And she said, yeah. So I started going there once a month. And 4 people here, 5, 10 people. And we were talking about how music is used in spiritual connection, how it becomes really a shortcut when you're trying to contact or get in contact with gods and goddesses, spirit, creator, whatever you want to call it. And it's even easier when you really get into the elements and you start calling them in, and there's this wonderful spiral dance that happens. So I was doing that for a few months, and then March of 2020, we all know what happened.
Right.
We all got hit with the lockdown, and it happened to be on the day when I was supposed to be up at the shop to do Enchantica. So I called my friend Dawn, and I said, "What am I supposed to do? What do you want me to do? Do we just sort of call this off and wait till everything's clear, or what?" She says, "Oh, just take it online." I went, "Okay." It's supposed to start in an hour and a half, and I have no idea how to do that. But I figured it out and started that first time. And I think we had like 300 or 400 people that came and saw it online and came and I was doing known pagan chants and just trying to give people sort of a touchstone for the panic that was going on everywhere. And then the next week, there were even more people. I think the biggest one we had like 1,800 views in 1 week, which was just amazing to me, and all over the world. So the more I kept playing established pagan chants and established pagan songs, the more the muse kept tickling my ear. And I couldn't really find a good chant to call in air. And when I sort of vocalized that in my mind, all of a sudden she started feeding in hail to the air and breathing out and breathing in. And so this CD is a collection of chants and songs that were written mostly during that first year of the pandemic. Just various, their earth-based chants, their healing chants. There's one that hit me in the head when I was on the way to a doctor's appointment. I went by a hospital, and it's called "Make It Sacred." And it was, I got hit with just this wave of sadness, and I'm, "Mother, what am I supposed to do? This is too much sadness for me to handle. What am I supposed to do?" And then it was like she opened my head up and started pouring this in. And it's a concept of negative emotions are raw. They're pure. Even when somebody's a real rat, there's no subterfuge with the negative emotions. It's just, they're just there. And she said, "Take that, look at it for what it is, and honor it. It's a real pure emotion. It's real true energy. Now hold it in your heart and then give it back to me. Make it sacred. Let the energy go back to the earth." And that anytime somebody has messaged me since then and said, "I'm feeling so down and I can't shake the sadness. What do I do?" I send them that song. And it's gone all over the world now. So
Nice.
That's
awesome.
That's what this new CD is. And here it is. Enchantica. And then we have the book. So
Awesome.
Well, I know it's next. I know it's next on your list there, Christy.
She's going to have to come do an author chat with me. Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to do that. Yeah, in the midst of this, right as the pandemic, well, it looked like it was letting up, and then it slammed us again. I came out with a children's book too called "Rowing My Boat," and that's another real special little thing that hit me. It started as a song in the middle of the night, and it was so strong I had to get up and write it down, and then the words didn't make sense in my half asleep mode. So I said, "Mother, what is this? What is this? It doesn't make sense. What is this about?" And then she started pouring in the story. So I started typing, and pages later, I had a children's book. So
Nice.
Love it when things just flow like that. You get into it, and it hits you whenever you don't get to control when it hits you. It hits you, and you either do that with it or it's gone.
Yep.
You're very, very lucky if it comes back around to you again.
That's why I keep something by the bed.
That's why most of us do. I mean, the number of stories that have been lost just because I didn't have something to write with close by.
I've got my phone. I carry my phone in the car, and I usually keep it to where the record button is up. And if I get a melody or something or words or something, I'm just blah, 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 and then save it. And that's usually enough to recapture it. So
cool. I was to say, yeah, I know when I remember back to the year that PSG had that big flood, and I had felt horrible because I wanted to be down there to help out, but I was up here and not able to get down there. But yeah, you're not the first person that's had a song that has come out of PSG.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, Mama Gina's got one. Brian's got one. Who else? I know, I know. Becca and Danny's got one, at least. So yeah, I mean, PSG has inspired a lot of our artists.
Yes. Well, it is one of the most incredible festivals I have ever dealt with. I did get a chance years ago to go to the big Heartland Festival in Kansas, but PSG, there's just something very, very special about.
Yep.
That was pretty marvelous.
Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna get down that way. But ever since let's see, like you said, the last time we talked, I know that you've had quite a bit going on. I have caught some of the Facebook Live videos of Enchantica, especially during practice and whatnot, and the group really sounds good.
That it's Enchantica never ceases to amaze me. We have regular listeners around the world. There's this one gentleman, Ziggy Harpdust. He's an auto harp player in Germany, and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm starting Enchantica, but he tunes in every week.
Oh, wow.
And he's not pagan, but he tunes in every week. There's a gentleman in Northern Alabama, another auto harpist. He tunes in every week, just about. We've got people in Romania and Bulgaria. We've got Netherlands, Ireland, England. We've got people in Australia that pick up the video every week. And I was contacted by a man in New Zealand who's listened to several Enchanticas, and he wants to see if we can collaborate on our music. Wow. Anytime. Someone in Greece came in one week. So it's just, I keep the first part of it similar every week. Well, I have usually start with Stardust, which is a little story song about why we honor the elements the way we do. And then we go in and call in each of the elements, and I call in the big world version of the element, and then the element that lives inside of us. And then at the end, we are one with the earth, one with the elements. I have had some incredible collaborations on this album too. It's a true gift that I'm living next door to Sue Balischek of Primal Rhythm. And she co-produced the album and has given me several great drum tracks backing this up. Maven Stone in Indiana has played harp, her big Celtic harp, and sang. Actually, that's on Make It Sacred. She sang beautiful harmonies to it. Dave Kleinschmidt and Alyssa Yeager came in on Earth Beneath Our Feet in such a way where his accordion and her harmonies sort of bring everything together so it sounds like pagan gospel music.
Oh, wow.
So it's a lot of fun. I've got a song on there called Standing Rock that predated it a little bit, but that was inspired by the Standing Rock and the water protectors and that sort of thing. And then one of our regular listeners is Wayne, and he is of the Ho-Chunk tribe up in our great northern areas. And I met him out at the Summerland Festival when that was still going on. And he started talking about the water protectors and how he's still active on the Menominee River. And then Standing Rock just sort of fell into place. And so all of the proceeds from that track are going to go to the water protectors. Every album I sell, I'm going to send them money. So
very cool. Very cool. Oh, we've got some of the links up there we're going to be sharing with everybody today, just to let people know where they can find your CDs, and also basically we've also got you on Bandcamp.
Yep. That's a good website for artists. It really is.
Yeah, it really is, because seems like a lot of our artists are on Bandcamp, and that's where the majority of their music can be found. Which and right now, I don't know if you know this or not, but CD Baby stopped their retail side back about a year ago.
Oh yeah, they let the artists know that. They let us know that.
Good. Yeah, because some of these companies, they don't even tell artists what they're doing anymore these days. Seems like anyway.
Still, they seem to be the best resource for getting your music out to all of the different streaming services, and they're pro. I'm open to other ideas, but with this album, that still seemed to be the best resource. And then I uploaded to other places, and I've got a good CD printing or pressing site called Kanaki, and these are good resources for artists that are just starting up, especially. Bandcamp and Kanaki are really good resources.
Excellent. That's something that we'll have to take note of, so we can share that with everybody else, and especially because here lately, especially on Facebook, I have seen so many new artists popping up.
Yes, indeed.
And releasing their music first on Facebook to get it out in front of everybody. There's even a couple of them that don't even have record labels yet, and they're doing everything all independently on their own.
Right. and you've got to start someplace, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've also noticed that a lot of us artists who have been doing it for a while are reaching out to these newer artists, and so that they know that they have resource people out there as well. The IPMA, International Pagan Music Association, they try to find those new artists and try to offer them resources as well, and getting them onto International Pagan Radio and the Cauldron and various other sites to get the music heard, and what you have to do in order to do that. And it's a learning curve, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
Well, and I've even been reaching out to some of these new ones as well.
Excellent.
That was the whole purpose behind what I'm doing here, is to so I can work with all of our artists and to get their music out in front of everybody. That was my whole goal here, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
Yep. And I thank you for that, because I think we're making a better template for musical artists to learn what they have to do, and learn the right ways of doing it, and maybe avoiding some of the pitfalls.
Right.
So I'm very grateful to you for reaching out. I have one of the newer artists, Cloud the Pagan Rapper.
Yep.
He and I got into a conversation, and I ended up asking him to collaborate on one of the songs on this album.
Nice.
There was are you familiar with Just Plain Folks? It's
I've heard the name. Yes.
It is a huge grassroots music organization. Brian Whitney runs it, and he's out of California. I mean, he knows everybody that's ever been in the music business. I think it's amazing.
He's one of the old timers.
But one day he posted on Facebook a quote from James Joyce about how we go through life meeting old men and young women and mothers and robbers and ghosts and all of these things. But in reality, we're always really just meeting ourselves as we go through life. And life is made up of many days, but only one real experience. And I wrote a song about many days, and it was real nice, but it was very sort of steady. It didn't really go anywhere. And then I got to talking with Cloud, and I said, do you think it's possible that you could maybe give me a rap, a spoken word thing that could go stick in here someplace and make it, elevate it? And he said, yeah, sure. Send it to me. So I did. And the result is amazing. It takes this very Irish point of view, many days thing, and then brings it right directly home to the listener. Cloud did a wonderful job on it, and it's a great fusion of the two genres.
Nice.
Excellent. Now, I asked this question pretty much of everybody that I've talked to, and usually there's always one song that really sticks with you. So what would you say is your favorite one that really sticks with you?
Oh, you mean from all of my music? Wow.
Not a fair question, is it?
No, it's all right. It's all right. Actually, it goes back to the Elf King's Horn album that Brian Hankey produced. It was actually a song I wrote quite a number of years before I was a professional musician. It's called Moon Lady, and it kind of answers the question: if an elven lass fell in love with a human lad, how would she get him to cross over to her side of the forest? So I've sung it out at Ren fairs and campgrounds and whatnot forever. Then Brian heard more to it, and he found Steph Logan, and I don't know if I'm saying that right, but anyway, Steph. She put this incredible gypsy violin to it, and it was just, I mean, it was everything that I hoped for in that song. It was very special, and it's still on a night when the moon is full and you're out in the forest camping. If you're around me, you'll probably hear me singing Moon Lady. Yep.
Nice. Monica Smith is tuning in. She said that she can't wait to get your new CD next month and to see you in person.
Oh, and I feel the same way. That was such fun being on that Lone Wolf show. And Harold had really good interview questions. He did very, very well. I enjoyed myself a lot. Good. I can't wait to meet both of them too.
Well, and one of these days when, because I am going to be getting back out and about after I've been down for several months. I'm going to try to get out to festival season and been able to hopefully cross paths with a lot of people we both know, and hopefully you and I will have a chance to get together too.
Oh, that would be great, Earl. That would be just wonderful. I'm really glad to hear you're going to be getting out. I have my little altar back in back of me here, and I've got a little pile of papers, and your name has been on there for quite a while. And every time we have Enchantica on Wednesday nights, I tell folks to post names and intentions and situations that need prayer and song, and we keep them in our song all week long. It's become a thing for Enchantica. We just keep the spiritual stuff going. Yes, Melissa, I see that. Moon Lady is my license plate. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
I was say, I was about ready to question that one myself. Melissa, huh?
Threw us for a loop. What? Yeah, oh, okay. Great.
Well, if you see a little silver Subaru going down the road and it says Moon Lady on the back, you know it's me.
I was gonna say it wouldn't be the first time that Melissa's thrown me for a loop.
That's true for everybody she's ever met. God love Melissa. Absolutely.
We are glad to have her. We are glad to have her here in the audience with us. Thank you.
No kidding.
Oh, yes.
Kidding. Okay, now we're going to share one of your videos, and then we're going to get to a commercial break right after that, and then we're going to be talking more with Ginger, and there's a lot more to be shared here. Oh, and then also William and his wife are watching as well.
Hey, William. Hey, Tracy.
All right, now let's get after the. Let's see. That's your screen. Yep. Okay. Let's see. What do I want? Yeah, that's what I'm wanting. I think. Nope. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? Oh, that's the one. Okay, I got it.
See the sunflowers on the hill. In our huts, they're shining still. Beyond this time of war and pain, we will see them bloom again. Blossoms in the peril of every foreign gun. seat in every pocket until our freedom's won. See the sunflowers on the hill. In our hearts, they're shining still. Beyond this time of war and pain, we will see them bloom again. Blossoms in the barrel of every foreign gun. Seeds in every pocket until our freedom is won. See the sunflowers on the hill. In our hearts, they're shining.
You heard that?
Still. Very well. Beyond this time of war.
Just recently, he got torched.
We will see them bloom again. Blossoms in the barrel of every foreign gun. Seeds in every pocket until our freedom's won. See the sunflowers for Ukraine, for the world.
That was a excellent video. Very well done.
Oh, well, thank you. That song was about a day and a half old when I did that. That was, of course, it came as a result of what's going on in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one the muse kind of woke me up with, and I was dreaming sunflowers. And
oh yeah,
it was a little hard to sing that. There was a lot of emotion behind it.
oh yeah, I know. Yeah, in fact, just here recently, Lewis sent me a song that he wrote in 5 minutes and put music to it. And I don't know if you had a chance to hear it or not. When the children cry.
Not yet, but yeah. I will make it a point to listen.
Yeah, he shared that with me because he sent it to me right after he got done doing it, and I listened to it and said, I flat told him, Lewis, I'm latching on to this song. It's going to go on my playlist. And yeah, he absolutely did a fantastic job with it, and so
good.
Okay, now we're going to get to a commercial break here real quick. We're going to hear from a couple of our sponsors, and then we'll be right back right after this.
I just walked into this coffee shop. You'll never guess what I found. All the help is deeply engrossed in metaphysical times. You should too. I'm at the Egyptian, 475 Park Avenue in Idaho Falls, Idaho. You get your very own copy for free, and we're open till 10.
Sister Moon, Apothecary and More is a collaboration of local island witches bringing you handcrafted tools for ritual, amazing apothecary, custom vinyl work, merchandise, and so much more. But we are not just an online store. We are a sisterhood, a platform, and a voice for everything that is magical. Join us for our famous Tarot Tuesdays from 11 to 4 Eastern Standard Time for a discounted reading with our amazing in-house intuitive reader and priestess, Wolf Spirit Energy, Beverly Oberlin. You can find us on Facebook at Sister Moon Store or on the web at sistermoon.shop. So fly on over and stop in for a spell.
And yes, that is my good friends Misty and Lee from Sister Moon Store down in Cape Coral, Florida. If you ever have a chance to stop down that way, be sure to do so. And then also with the Metaphysical Times, be sure to get your subscription, become a distributor for Metaphysical Times. And we love seeing the Metaphysical Times being in stores all over the nation. We're even we've got distributors now into the UK. Was it Greece and somewhere else too, right?
Oh, we've got the Netherlands, we have Scotland, and now we just picked up Canada.
Just picked up Canada.
Yay!
Canada, and we're in the process of also picking up Australia, but logistics make it. We need to get a few more people on board instead of just one location because it's going to be pricey to ship that far.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh yeah,
we are working on Australia though.
Oh yeah, because I remember when I was talking with Tamara, she's going to mail me one of her books, and then she come to find out how much they were going to charge her to ship that book to me, and I'm like, nope, we'll go a different route.
The upside to that is Ingram Spark has distributors all over the place. If you can go to like any bookstore, you should be able to pick it up or let me know about it and I can add it to the bookstore and we can have it printed by Ingram Spark here.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Okay, now let's see. Now, what do you have planned coming up here within the next few months?
Oh my goodness, life is getting ready to get crazy again.
Mm-hmm.
Let me. I'm getting my calendar up here so I don't miss anything. I'm getting ready to leave for Florida. I'm going down to the Trees of Avalon gathering, and that's April 7th through the 10th, I believe. Yes, I should arrive there on the 6th, and I think we're going to broadcast in Chantica from the Trees of Avalon gathering. Cool. And let's see, then I'll get home. I'll have just a little bit of time. I've got a little local concert at the Blue Cafe on the 16th, and then I'll be down at Our Haven for their Beltane, which is the 28th, 29th, and 30th to the 1st of May of April. Then I don't have much time after that to catch my breath because the following weekend, the 6th, 7th, and 8th, right, April, oh, that's May. Okay, the 6th, 7th, and 8th of May, I'm going to be at the Northeast Ohio Fantasy Fair. And that whole weekend, I'm going to be Posey the Flower Pixie. They're giving me my own tent, and I am going to be telling children's stories and singing all sorts of songs. I especially want to look for serious adult workshops and crash them as a flower pixie. That seems to be quite effective at bringing out the inner child. I think we may instigate a children's parade. We should have fun with that, I think. Yeah. Then let's see, in June, I'm going to be at Chrysalis Moon down in Indiana. And Starwood in July, again as Posey. Actually, Chrysalis Moon, I'm going as a patron, but I have been asked to bring the flower pixie as well. So September is a little bit quiet. October, we're getting excited because the 8th of October is going to be the Cleveland Witches Walk. Oh, nice. And that I think this is going to be their 5th year. We do it. We do it as a benefit each year for an organization. I think this year it's going to be Metanoia, which is a homeless aid organization. Last year we did it for the collaboration to end human trafficking. I find it delightful that we're working so closely with the various Christian churches and that sort of thing, arm in arm. It's and our traffic bumped up this past year to about 12,000. So wow. It's some of those were just walk-ins. A lot of them were paid though, but we've decided we're making it a free event this year. And going after the sponsorships to raise the funds, because that was really where everything came together. And we've got this year, the theme is kind of Celtic, and it's a magic and mystical thing. So they're turning a little local park at one end of the festival into Posey's Pixie Fairyland thing, and so we're going to have all kinds of magic and people doing things for kids, and of all ages, of course. There is no age limit on kids whatsoever.
Very cool.
It's going to be marvelous. We've got an incredible vendors village, and
that means we can go play, Earl.
Is amazing.
We can go play.
Yeah, that means we can go play. We can take a break and go have fun.
Absolutely.
You would not believe how long it's been since I've taken a break and been able to do anything. Shoot.
Yeah, it has been a while here too. So it would be nice to get out to an event where you can just go and have kid-like fun again. That would be the ultimate. Yeah, let's do that.
Now, when you're down in Florida, are you going to stop in and see Gina?
I'm hoping to. Gina, I want to see Gina. I really need to gently hug her, and we're sort of healing buddies. My left arm here is still in healing mode. I can't quite make a fist yet because I fell last year at the Witches Walk and broke just below the wrist, and had to have the surgery, and so physical therapy, occupational therapy, all that sort of good stuff. But I was able to play the whistles first, and then my little harp, and now I'm getting back to playing my bigger harp. So, but it's healing, and so I've been talking with her and letting her know that she's got a healing buddy. So
that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I remember when I did the same thing. I snapped both of them right behind the wrist.
Oh man,
that was back when I was a kid, and
well.
Didn't really
healing up as a kid is different than healing up when you're of an age.
Yeah.
And I saw that it was a fire pit that got her, and man, I had the heebie-jeebie shivers because a while ago I had a bad fire pit fall, but fortunately I didn't break anything. But I know that feeling only too well. Oh.
That's got to be sheer terror. Just thinking about it, it's like, no, that would not be the way I wanted to.
No. Even with me, it was going head face first down the flight of stairs and connecting with a brick wall.
No. Better ways to do it. Better ways to do it.
Better ways to do
a lot more fun ways too.
Yeah.
Let me slide on the gymnasium floor in high heels. That was fun.
But when it comes to these fire pits at festivals, man, that is one thing we need to encourage people. Mark your fire pits so we know where they're at.
Absolutely. That's a good. I mean, even if you're just out camping by yourself, mark your fire pit.
Right.
What I found when I started getting older, I was losing night vision. Anything below here was kind of a mystery, and I So I usually carry a flashlight around my neck, so I've got something illuminating the ground now. So
Yeah, like I said, that's one thing that we need to have everybody be aware of at festivals. That we've got people that their vision isn't so good, so it's a good idea to mark your pits so that people don't trip and have falls.
Yep. Yeah, camp safety is a really, really big thing with me. And usually I'll have conversations when we're out at festivals with the younger folk, and just sort of say, oh, if you have a light over here, nobody's going to trip over that. And just little safety things like that. So it's important to have the wisdom from the crone and sage come down to the younger folks.
Absolutely.
Especially at festivals.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Now, have you done any more book writing lately?
Actually, yes, I have not one, but two children's books in process right now. One is a book that is meant for parents to read to kids, because it's not a regular word book, because there's owls and houses and it plays with words and is funny thing. And actually that one is I've got that one out for illustration. And then let's see, the second book is actually based on the little song I was telling you about, Stardust. It's the one we start Enchantica with. And this was another one where the muse woke me up in the middle of the night and said, take dictation. So I did. I got up in the middle of the night, type. And I sat back and went, whoa. The song is about the time before time and the dark before dark. And if you're a Never Ending Story fan, you might think of the Child Empress, and she's holding out that one little bit of stardust in her hand. So this is the Great Mother, and she's sitting in the dark in the time before time, and she holds out her hand. There's one tiny little bit of stardust, and she herself is a maiden. And then she whispers the names of the elements. And every time she does, the dust gets more active. And so it's air and fire and water. And as she's doing this, she goes from maiden into mother. And then she looks at it and she knows the next one is earth. And she's hesitant because she knows what's going to happen. And she looks at all of the sad things, the uncomfortable things that could come into being from that. And then she remembers all the beauty and all the love and all the good things that can come from that. And so finally she goes, earth, and life began, and she becomes the crone. So it's kind of a not children's book, but I think for the child in all of us and the young adult, juvenile. And that's
a good story for reading to young kids.
Yes.
That they would enjoy.
And my illustrator for that, the way I chose her was I described the mother, and then she sent me back a picture, and she had the stars reflected in her eyes. Anyway, you're the one to do it. So nice. Those two are in process.
Very nice. We'll definitely be looking forward to seeing those.
Yeah, so they depend on when the illustrators get it to me, but I told them I'm not in a rush. I would rather have them work with the muse and have it happen when it's supposed to happen. So
that's a good thing.
That's an awesome way to do it. Eliminate the tension and ick that comes from having deadlines when you're trying to put out something that's.
I don't have a publisher breathing down my neck. I'm publishing my own stuff off of Amazon Kindle, and so I can choose my deadline or not to have a deadline. So when it's right, I've learned to trust the goddess. I've learned to trust the muse, and I know when it's right, it's going to happen. So.
Excellent. Well, I want to take time out and say hello to, well, like you said, we've got William and his wife, we got Harold and Monica, we've got Patsy tuning in today.
Hello, everybody.
We've got a bunch of people that's watching, and definitely want to thank everyone for tuning in today to share this time with us and Ginger. And we're definitely be looking forward to hearing more. Yeah, basically, definitely have to get that new CD, the new Enchantica CD, so we can add that to the library here. So, and so I know everybody has their different opinions on wanting to just have the MP3 tracks versus CDs, but people like myself, I love having the CDs. So I make sure that if I have a way of getting a hold of people's CDs, yeah, I'm going to do it.
I will make sure you get one, Errol, for sure.
Tangible copies of books too. That's
I'm
all about it. Yeah, it's got to be. I have to be able to. And I might be weird.
Yep. You're not weird.
I discovered in the process of being an author that it is not weird at all.
It is not weird at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got a small library going here with books that have been sent to me over the years from our pagan authors. And it's like, I love getting books too. So.
All right. I will keep that well in mind.
I am starting to build a collection, and it's just happening. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm getting books in the mail now, so it's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, your hubby's gonna be looking at you like you want how many more bookshelves?
I
married a librarian, guys. I married into a library.
Yes. Aren't you lucky? He built you a grand library, didn't he?
Well, and gradually he is as he's accompanied me to these different festivals, he's been learning and having himself expanded, and he's become the wizard librarian. And so he is reading to kids and telling stories to kids at festivals and stuff. I think out at Trees of Avalon, he is going to be the wizard librarian. So we're looking forward to that.
Excellent. And I'm going to be showing links here for everybody so they know how to get in touch with you. You've got your main website, gingerackley.com. Plus, you got your Facebook page,
right?
Which is Virginia.Ackley.3.
Mm-hmm.
And then also we've got the New Moon Enchantica
as
well. And that's the main store website, isn't it?
That is for Enchantica. The New Moon is the store, but just as the commercial, the advertising they were talking about, it's not just a witch shop. It's a sisterhood and all. That is what has happened at the New Moon. Don and Bob Bartos keyed into spirit. They keyed into deity and goddess and God. And there's a sisterhood. I lead the Crone Circle. We have circles for all kinds of people. The Brotherhood Circle is starting up. The Sage Circle is starting up. It's an amazing community that has been built, and I think it's the new way that pagans are functioning in this world. Mm-hmm. So the weekend before last, she put out a call, and we filled a 30-foot truck over full. I mean, they had to force stuff in the back for Ukraine. Wow. It got to the point where they called the Ukrainian church and said, send us people to help, because we had the entire sidewalk filled from one end of the block to the other, and people were still bringing stuff. And it wasn't cast off stuff. It was bags of bandages and medicines and baby stuff and hygiene stuff and things with the store slip still in the bag. It was new stuff. People had gone to the stores and bought winter coats and socks and shoes and baby blankets and bedding. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. And we started out, and Dawn said, if we fill a quarter of this truck, I will count it a win. By 6 o'clock that evening, we were frantically trying to get everything into the truck. And the young men who were from the church, who were all from Ukraine, were in tears. So that's the kind of community that's being built. And I'm very proud to be part of it.
The heart of the pagan community is unique and unlike any other.
Oh, yes.
Any other.
Very much so.
Well, it's so different from what it used to be. It used to be pagans. Oh, pagans. But now we're working with other churches. We're working all throughout the various levels of society. We're making a difference. We're making a difference.
Oh, yeah. That's very true. Back a few years ago when I was up in Minnesota, there was a news article that came out with there's a small group of pagans, and they were working together with the Catholic nuns to do community breakfast together. Mm-hmm. And that really kind of shocked me when I first seen that. It's like, Catholic nuns are actually accepting working with the pagans. Cool. Like
the focus is shifting. I think the focus is really shifting. It's not us versus you. It's people need us and we need to be there for them.
Right.
And with that being the focus, you've got that build, because it's the common denominator between all religious walks.
Right. Terry Riley down in Arkansas, that's what he's done. And he's got it to where he's part of the Council of Churches now, and everybody works together. And when there's a need, they rise up together. It's the way actual church is supposed to be. The church isn't supposed to be the belief system; it's the community. So,
absolutely, yeah, and it makes it a lot easier for us to work together, and the community grows that much more, and it gets that much tighter, and it's hard.
Yeah.
That's spirit. That is spirit, and it's
spirit.
Right.
Yeah,
it's palpable now, and I love that about it.
Yep.
Okay, now they can also find your music over on Bandcamp as well.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. And it's always good to be able to pick up music from our artists over on Bandcamp, because the good part about with them is that they tend to give more of the money back to the artists.
Yes, they do.
So I've really been amazed and very pleased with what Bandcamp is doing for all of our artists. I support them 100%.
Me too.
Me too.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking time out to join us this afternoon and letting us get caught up with you there for a little while. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully you and I will be able to cross paths one of these days. And once I get back out on the road again and get to visiting places.
Yep.
Well, we're going to follow. You and I are going to follow this up with an author chat. I'm really, really.
I would love to, Christy. I would love to.
All right, we will get that scheduled.
All right. You've been listening to another edition of Iowa Pagan News on the Prairie Land Radio Network. And also included with that is the Metaphysical Times newspaper. So want to say pleasant journeys, everyone. The weather has been beautiful the last couple of days here in the Midwest. Let's hope that it stays that way. And take some time to get out and enjoy the weather and get to know and reconnect with people. Pleasant journeys, everyone. Have a good day. We'll see you again on the next video.